Hi, I'm Maura, and I teach yoga at the Brushy Creek Community Center. So I miss you guys a lot, and I can't wait until I can see you guys again. But in the meantime, thought I'd do a yoga class so you can get a little yoga at home. I hope you've been staying active, um, properly socially distanced, of course. So find a space in your house that you can roll out your mat. Grab a block if you have one, or two. If you don't have one, that's okay. Not everybody does. You can also grab a book. I found this one in my office. Kind of random, but it's thick and sturdy, so that's what you want. And a yoga strap. Great if you have one. If not, you can grab a belt, or this is a bathrobe tie. I find they work really well. Or even just a towel will work too. So get a few things with you, get nearby, try to scoop out some space. You might hear my kids running through here, who knows. But we're gonna have some time to breathe and quiet and release any stress and anxiety that is holding on. Times are changing, things are crazy. So we're just gonna breathe, find that space inside, and feel as good as we can for as much as we can. So enjoy. Okay, great. So we're gonna get started here on the floor and sit in whatever manner is comfortable for you. Crisscross or legs extended out. You can sit on a pillow or on a block or a book. If that feels better, on your hips. Just want to close your eyes and let the crown of the head reach up. You can have the hands palms up or palms down on the knees, or folded gently in the lap. Let your shoulders soften and feel a gentle lift in through the heart. As you breathe in here, really feel the breath moving through the body. So as you breathe in, feel your rib cage and your lungs expand. Let your belly expand. The air moves fully into the body. And then as you exhale, pull your navel in to press the air up and out. So we're breathing in and out through the nose, but if allergies is not making that possible, that's all right too. I'm just going to breathe. Just beginning to feel the breath in the body. And then we're going to take 3 breaths together, cleansing breaths to get all the excess stale air out. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and out strong through the mouth. So find your exhale. Take a big breath in and let it go. Inhale, fill up and let it go. One more. Big breath in, fill up, 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 and let it go. Good, and then sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take the left hand down, reach the right arm up, like you're reaching up to reach something on a shelf, and then we're going to head on over to the left. Root down in through this right hip. Use this hand to lift the spine up. Breathe into the right lung. Take a big breath in and out. One more in and out. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Reach it up first. Grab that thing on the shelf and then head on over to this side. Again, rooting down in through the ribs, in through the hips, and then take the ribs over to the left. So we're finding an arc in here, breathing into the left lung. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then on your inhale, come on up. Exhale, hand comes down. We're going to twist to the right. So the right arm's going to go behind you, and then the hand comes to the knee. Find your twist in here. Pull your navel in. So we're rotating and lifting here. So we're going to take one breath here. Breathe in, nice long spine. Breathe out, find your rotation. And then we're going to keep the shoulders where they are and turn the head over the front shoulder. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Big inhale. Big exhale. Now inhale, draw the shoulders forward. We're heading on over to the left. Sit up tall. Take a second here and find your space. Lift and rotate. Take one inhale here. exhale. And then turn and look over that front right shoulder, getting a little bit of an extra twist in through the neck. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. So inhale, come shoulders, come back to center. Give yourself a little bit of twist side to side. And then we're going to come hands and knees for a tabletop to find cat and cow. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Shins are parallel. Arch your back, lift your heart. Take a big breath in. Tails lifted, hearts lifted. Then, as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, press the hands down. Inhale, heart lifts, arch back. Exhale, round. Just keep doing this, inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round. Keep it going. Work with your own breath, and that goes for now and any other point in class today. If my breath is faster or slower, just follow your own. Good. And feel free to add in any movement here that feels good. Shift your hips back or a shoulder forward. Just get anything in here loose and moving. Starting to see how your body's feeling. We're coming to puppy pose. So walk your knees back a little bit and then arch your back, lift your heart so your tailbone is lifted. And we're going to reach one arm forward as far as you can and place it down. Other arm's going to go right next to it, shoulder width distance apart. So the hips are staying over the knees as the heart reaches down towards the floor. So your forehead might come down towards the mat. That might be some place that's good for you. Or your chin might come down towards the mat. For some of you with really open shoulders, you can take some blocks and place them underneath the forearms. Get a little bit more lift this way. Wherever you are, we're going to take 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then on your inhale, walk your hands back underneath you. And then walk your knees back underneath you. We're going to come to tuck our toes, plant the hands down, and lift your knees up just an inch. Whoop. Pull your belly in. So we're firing up, warming up in through the core. So this takes, pull your navel in, right? Ooh. So we're breathing here. We're on our tippy toes. If you have to come down, come down. Don't hurt yourself, but challenge yourself, right? Do it. Find that gentle balance. Then drop the knees, cat-cow on your fists. We're going to do that one more time. So planting the palms back down, tuck the toes if they're not already, and lift the knees up just about an inch. Pull your navel in. Two more breaths. Breathe in. I know. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Lower it down. Good. Now we're going to take the left hand first and place the palm up, fingertips towards you. We're just going to rock the hand side to side. So this is the kind of action we're doing here, but really gentle. We don't have to put a lot of weight into the hand. We're just stretching out in the back of the wrist. We do a lot in this class on our wrists sometimes, and switch to the other side. Feels good. Good, and then plant the hands down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Take whatever time you need here to stretch out in through the backs of the legs. So come forward into a plank pose, top of a push-up, and then drop the knees down. We're in a modified plank. Hug your elbows in, and then bend your elbows just a little bit, and then press them back up. So we're just doing 3 little half push-ups, little chaturanga push-ups. Ready? Halfway down, press it up. Halfway down, press it up. Last one, halfway down. Press it up. Good. And then child's pose. Toes together, forehead to the mat. You can let your hands rest up or down, or have the arms down by your side. Just relax. Any action here that feels good with the hands is fine. And then we're coming back into our tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. We're going to come forward into a plank pose, shoulders over wrist, the top of a push-up, right? Anytime here, come down to your knees, anytime you want. And then we're going to lift our hips back up to downward facing dog. Anytime here, come down to your knees, come down to child's pose. Modify whenever you need. Listen to your body before you listen to me. Good. Pedal out the feet and then go ahead and stay right here and still. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. As the heels reach down, the hips are reaching up and back. Pull your navel in. Fingertips spread nice and wide. Good. We're going to inhale to plank pose. Shoulders over wrist. Drop the knees. Hug the elbows. 3 little mini push-ups. Halfway down. Up. These are optional. Halfway down. Up. One more. Halfway down. Up. This time lower all the way down. Good. Baby Cobra. Tops of the feet pressed down. Inhale. Head, neck, shoulders lift. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Press into your hands. Come through bent knees, seat to heels. And then straighten your legs. Find downward facing dog. We're going to do that again. 1 breath at a time. 1 at a time. On your inhale, come forward. Shoulders over wrist. Drop your knees. 1 push up. Halfway down. Press it up. All the way down. Exhale. Inhale, baby cobra, just 1. Exhale, lower, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to skip the push-up. Of course, if you want to keep it in there, you're welcome to it. Inhale to plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Maybe drop your knees, maybe not. Lower all the way down to your belly. 1, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. So that's a modified vinyasa flow. You can do that anytime. We're starting to warm things up in here. So what we're going to do next, inhale, plank pose, shoulders over wrist. You can come down to your knees if you want. You can come all the way down or halfway down. Find that half push-up on your knees or not. And then we're going to find upward facing dog. Thighs, knees off the mat, shoulders back, crown of the head is up, hearts forward, and then come to downward facing dog. Whew. I'm feeling it. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. So we're going to do that again. Inhale, plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, all the way or halfway down. Use your knees if you want. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. Shoulders back, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you can do any version that works for you. You can add in push-ups, add in hops. You can skip it all together. These are all optional. I'm going to do 1 more. Inhale, plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, all the way or halfway down. Use your knees if you want. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, we're going to take the right leg up to the sky. Find a 3-legged downward facing dog. Bend your right knee. Open it out to the side. Now, while we're doing this, we're going to look under the left armpit. And then really reach that knee away. Good. And then straighten the leg, flex the foot, and then point the toes down to close the hip off. And then gaze towards the legs. So not gazing underneath the armpit anymore. Take a big breath in. And we're going to shift forward towards plank pose with the knee to the nose. Maybe even knee to the forehead. Inhale it back. Knee to the right tricep. Lift it up as high as you can. Wah. Inhale it back. Knee to left tricep. What? Cross the body. That's hard. Inhale it back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to come onto your fists for this or come down to your elbows, or you can have blocks. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, raise the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open it out to the side. Really reach that up and away. And then we're going to look under our right armpit. And breathe. Good. And then straighten the leg, flex the foot, point the toes down, close the hip up. Take a big breath in, then knee to nose, shift the weight forward, round the spine. Inhale it back. Exhale, left tricep up as high as you can. Inhale it back. Exhale, cross the body, left tricep. Ooh. Then lift it back up. And then downward facing dog and child's pose. Relax the hands. Any wrist motions you want to do to let it go right ahead. Long, slow, deep breaths here. Two more. Good. Then work your way up into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward, baby steps to the front of your mat. Hang loose. Let the head go, let the hands go, let the arms go. You can rest your hands in your, what are those called? Elbows. Sway side to side. So if it feels good, you can bend your knees, or if it feels better, you can straighten the legs. Just let the upper body be loose. Open up your mouth, stick your tongue out. Just let go of the stress and tension that you don't even know you're holding in your face. Then find a half lift. Plant the feet, straight legs, straight spine. Support yourself here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Palms press, look up. Exhale, Tadasana. Find your mountain pose. Take a minute here. Breathe. One more. Good. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Press palms, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up again. Look up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Stay here. Let the shoulders rest back. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. From here, bend your knees deep, sit back, chair pose. So hands can be at horizon or up here, biceps framing the ears, or hands to heart center. We want the weight in the heels. We want to have the seat reaching back. Whoa, pull the belly in. I almost fall back every single time because I'm leaning back. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Two more. Big breath in. Lift the heart. Pull the belly in. Big breath out. Last one. Big inhale. Big exhale. Then hands are going to come down. Then start to straighten the legs. Relax it in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Hands down. Step it back. Take a big breath in. Exhale all the way or halfway down. Inhale through baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. The right foot is going to come outside the right hand. Toes are going to point forward. Drop the back knee down. So you're welcome to come down to your knees to do that. It's much easier. So we're going to take that left knee and work it back. Press the hips forward. You can come up onto your fists if that feels good for you, or blocks if that's what you have. Right? That front knee is over the front ankle. We're finding our lizard pose. Toes are pointing forward. You might be someone who can come down to the forearms. Maybe the forearms on your book. Maybe you tuck your back toe, lift your back knee up. There's lots of options here. Just find out what works for you. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. If your back knee is up, drop it down. Come up into your hands. Ooh, straighten in through that knee and come back into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog, straight over to the other side. Left leg lifts up. Left foot comes to the outside of the left hand. Toes are pointing forward. Front knee is over the front ankle, and then walk your right knee back a little bit. And then we're really pressing the hips forward. Again, finding what works for you. Sitting up tall first here. Maybe you come down. This side might be different. It is for me. Maybe you tuck your toe and lift your back knee up. Maybe. Maybe not. Got one more. Big breath in. Big breath out. Drop the back knee. Plant the hands. Straighten through the front knee. And then make your way to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. You're welcome to stay right here or cycle through a vinyasa if you want to add some oomph. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale all the way or halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Oof. And then back into downward facing dog where we all need work it out. And then inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. Right foot comes forward in between the hands. Back heel stays lifted. Find your foundation, and then lift up, to a high lunge. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, breathing in. If you want to look up, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. So that front knee is over the front ankle. Back leg is nice and long. Imagine lifting up through the back hamstring. Big breath in, big breath out. If you've taken my class before, you know how much I love this. Next move, so we're going to lift the torso up, and then we're going to find this lean, this 45-degree angle. I'm not resting on my front thigh. I'm leaning. And then the arms are going to come down and back. Thumbs out to the side, fingertips wide, shoulder blades together. Yeah, all right? It's a lot. Imagine your inner thighs heading toward each other as you pull your right hip back towards you. If you want to add a little bit more, maybe lift your right toes up. What? See if that changes things. We're going to stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, arms reach forward, up, straighten through the front knee. Whew, find some relief. Breathe in here. Now, we're going to bend our knee back to our high lunge. We're going to move with our breath. If you're feeling wobbly today, like I apparently am, find a single point of focus. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, bend and lean. Inhale, lift up, straighten through the front knee. Exhale, bend and lean. Also, keep it going. If you're feeling like you're wobbly, you can spin your back heel down, right? That'll help you find a lot more stability. You can also not bend in through the front knee. One more, lift it up, straighten in through the front knee, and exhale, bend and lean. Lift it up. And then hands come into the hips. Rebend the front knee, lift it up. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here or meet in downward dog. Breathe in to plank pose. Exhale all the way or halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. And exhale, meet me right here. Left leg's going to lift up towards the sky. Left foot comes forward in between the hands. High lunge. Again, coming through bent knees if that works better for you. Take your time here. Set up your foundation first. Front knee is over the front ankle. Heart is lifted. Arms are reaching up. Crown of the head is lifted. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Again, lifting up through that back hamstring. Lifting up in through the heart. Good. Then we're going to take this lean on this side. So we're finding this 45-degree angle, and then the hands are going to come down and back. Find this arrowhead. Draw the thumbs out wide. And really lift up in through that back heel. Give your back leg something to be doing. And then if you want to add on a little bit more, lift those left toes up. I'm a glutton for punishment is what I am. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, and then straighten through the front knee, find some relief. We're going to inhale, lift up. Ooh. Exhale, bend and lean. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend and lean. Now keep it going. As you might notice, right, like today I'm on a carpet underneath my mat. That will automatically cause a little bit more balance issues. So allow yourself grace and understanding of where you are. If you're practicing in a different place, at home, somewhere. We got one more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend and lean. Inhale, lift it up, straighten through the legs. Hands come down to the hips. Relax the arms. Good. Breathe it in, lift it up. Exhale, bend the knee, hands come down, make your way to downward facing dog. Again, stay here and work it out, or if you want to add a little more, inhale to plank pose. Exhale all the way or halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. And right back here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Always an option to be in child's pose as well. Always. This is a lot. On your next inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. Right foot comes forward in between the hands. We're going to spin up to warrior two. So spin your back heel down. Take that left arm back, right arm forward. Press the hips open. Front knee is over the front ankle. Front toes are pointed forward. Arms are stretched. Torso's headed towards this side. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now you might notice this front knee might be coming inward because our hips are tight. You just want to gently guide it so it's going out directly over your toes. It might not get there, but that's kind of the direction we're gently guiding it into. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Good. Now we're going to move with our breath here as well. So we're going to straighten through the front knee. Arms reach up. Maybe look up. Exhale. Back to warrior two. Two more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. I think we have one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, we're going to straighten through the front knee. Maybe step your back foot in for a shorter stance. Take that right arm forward. We're coming to Trikonasana, triangle pose. So go forward, forward, forward. Stop. Drop that right front arm. Then firm it up wherever it is. And then take the left up towards the sky. You can look up if you're feeling stable, or you can look down. So see how high up I am? It's because I'm trying to keep the spinning open in between two panes of glass. Now, if this is working for me, I can start to slide down my leg. Maybe even using a block or a book underneath my hand if I want. But what we want to avoid is dropping this left shoulder in so we can get our hand down towards the floor or even on towards a block, right? We want to keep this left shoulder up above the right, spun open, lift up in through the ribs, right? So breathe it in, breathe it out, relax your toes, breathe it in, breathe it out. One more. And then look down at your front foot, press into your feet, come back up, horizon. Good. We're going to take the back hand, spin it forward, and spin up onto our back heel. And then our hands are going to come forward. We're going to come to warrior three. So get yourself ready, adjust as you need. I'm going to head right into my plant if I don't move myself back. So arms are going to come out to the side. I'm going to lift up in through that left leg. Drop the left hip bone down. Arms are out nice and wide, or you can have them behind you, any which way that works. You want to drop that left hip down. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms are out to the side for support and balance help. When you're ready, that left foot is going to drop down to the floor and come to stand. Good. And then release the arms down to the side, down to your hips. Pull your right hip back. Legs are straight, coming to Paschimottanasana, pyramid pose. Lift the heart, and then just come halfway down. When you get here, right, you might have started to tilt inward. Pull the right hip back again. Option to stay just like this, or option to reach down to blocks or books. Maybe you come down to the floor. Options here, you can start, if you're here and your hands are on the floor, you can start to walk your hands back towards your back foot, or you can reach your arms forward. Try them both, see what you like, and then do what feels good. 2 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So wherever you are, you're going to come back up into halfway, press into that front foot, come all the way up. And bend in through that front knee, find some relief, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down, step the foot back, find your downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa or child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths wherever you are. 1 more. Then we'll meet in downward facing dog. If you're not there already, inhale, raise the left leg up to the sky. Left foot comes forward in between the hands. Find your high lunge. Take your time. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We went straight up to warrior two. Sorry, warrior two, warrior two. So that back heel is spun down, pressing that knee forward. Arms are reached forward and back. Find yourself nice and equal. Arms are reaching, lifting. Again, guiding that knee open. Right, breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Then straighten through the front knee, arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe it in, breathe it out. Good, and then straighten through the front knee, hands to the hips, step the back foot in a little bit, and then find your stance for Trikonasana. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. And so we're going to take that left hand, reach it forward, keep going, and then just drop it down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, lift up in, and same thing on this side. So your legs are mostly straight here, but not locked. There's a little bit of buoyancy and give in here. So if it feels good and you want to keep lowering, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Your body will tell you when to stop. Relax your toes. Gaze down for stability or up for whatever, if you want. The original drishti, the natural drishti, is up. But sometimes I'm wobbly and need to look down. One more big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, press on up. Ha. We're going to come and bring that back right arm forward and spin the back heel up. We're coming to our warrior three on the left side. So we're going to take the arms out to the side if you have the space, or you can interlace them behind you. If you did what I did, switch your grip, and then lift the heart, lift the right leg up, and then teeter forward. So you want to find yourself in like a T if you can. Drop that right hip down, toes are flexed, that heel is reaching back. Want to be in this nice T, if you can get there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Just breathe. Then when you're ready, drop that right foot back down, release the hands. And then we're finding our Paschimottanasana, pyramid pose, taking that left hip and reaching both hip bones or towards the front of your mat. Hands are at the hips. Puff up the chest and then fold forward just halfway. And then sometimes this hip kind of comes forward again. You want to just pull it back. And then stay just like this if you want. Or see what happens when you start to reach your hands down to the floor or to blocks. You can reach your fingertips back or reach them forward. See what you like. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. And if your hands aren't already on your hips, go ahead and put them there. Then press into your feet coming up. Whew. Bend in through that front knee, and then reach your arms up, and then exhale, hands come down, step your foot back, find your downward facing dog. Same thing, rest in child's pose or down dog, or cycle through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Turn over, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then we're all going to meet in child's pose and take a few breaths here. See if you can relax in through every part of your body here. This is a fully surrender, supposed deep surrender. If your head doesn't touch the floor, I should say this.
You want to place blocks or fists underneath your hands. You can do that. It's better that your head reaches the floor than your hips reach your heels. So we're going to place our hands back. We're going to come on up into a tabletop position. We got just a little bit more, the hard stuff to do before we slow it down a little bit. You're welcome. So from here, from tabletop, we're going to take our our left leg back and drop the toes down. We're going to plant the right hand down, spin the left heel down, and lift the left arm up. So this is side plank, Paschimottanasana, modified. So see how my right foot is in line with my knee and my hand and my left heel? I can stay like this. This is harder, or I can kick it out to the back behind me. That helps a lot with stability. So just decide if you want to work on your balance and challenge, or a little bit less. I'm going for the kickstand today. I'm going to lift up and lift this left leg up. I can stay just like this, or if I want to add a little extra, I can bend the knee, reach back, and find this half bow pose. Lift the heart, breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe it in, breathe it out, and then go ahead and relax without slingshotting. And then drop the leg back down. We're going to add a little something here. So we're going to press this right hand down, press this left foot down, maybe lift this right knee up, maybe, and drop it back down. One more like that. Lift it up and drop it back down. And then come back into your tabletop. Take your right wrist, give it a little shake, and then your left wrist a little shake, whatever feels good here. And then we're going to go over to the other side. So take the right leg back, spin the toes down, lift the right arm up. You can gaze up. Same thing. Look down for stability or look up. You can keep this leg in line for challenge. I'm going to cut myself some slack today. I'm a little wobbly today. And then lift the leg up. Maybe bend the knee, reach back around and find the toes. Kick back, lift the heart. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. This is all optional. You can also have this right foot down on the floor. One more. And then without slingshotting this foot, release it. Drop it down to the floor. We're going to try this one more time. Plant this left hand down. Plant this right foot down. Maybe lift up and drop it down. One more time. Ready? Lift it up and then drop it down. Right hand comes down. Little left wrist love. And little right wrist love. Good. Now we're going to come down onto our forearms, letting the wrists relax some more, and step your feet back into a forearm plank. Breathe. So again, here, if you need to, you can drop your knees down and hang out here. This is very, very valid. You will work your core very much. If you want to add a little extra, the knees come up, but pull your belly in and press. See what I'm doing here? I'm not sinking into my shoulders, pressing down with my elbows. I'm making this super active, pulling my belly button in. Breathe. We're here for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, lower all the way down, make a pillow, and relax. Breathe. One more. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Using your knees down or up, we're pressing up into the top of a push-up. So plank pose in whatever manner you like. Now, optional, vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees deep. Look forward. Step or hop to the front of your mat and fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Press your palms and look up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. So we're going to take our arms and reach your arms way, way up. We're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand, lift up, and then on over to the left. press the hips over to the right. Find some lift in here. You can gaze up if you want or down. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, hands come up. And then grabbing that left wrist with the right hand, lift up and then on over to the right. So the hips are shifting over to the left. Again, you can gaze up if you like, or keep it neutral. One more. And out. Then inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the hands down. Feet are hip width distance, hands come to the low back. Press your hips forward. Draw your elbows toward each other. So we're finding this arch and lifting through the heart. So begin to look up. As you press your hips forward, your heart is going to reach up towards the sky. So if it doesn't feel good to look back, don't do it. You can keep your neck neutral and your chin towards your chest as you continue to lift your heart up. Press your hips forward and go back. It's whatever works for you. Just don't want to feel any tension too badly in your neck. So breathe it in. Breathe it out. Just imagine lifting your heart. And when you're ready, lift it up and relax the arms. Good. So feet are going to go a little wider. Just going to take a second. Roll your shoulders. Just find some stability here as you roll your shoulders. Good. And then bring your feet to hip width distance or together. Inhale, arms reach it up. Press your palms, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees a lot this time. Just let everything relax. Inhale, straight legs, straight spine. Exhale, plank pose. But drop your knees here. And then we're going to come to stand on our knees. So shins are parallel, toes are tucked or untucked. It's your choice. Again, if you want, you can grab some bricks, blocks, books, whatever you need. You can place them just outside or just inside your ankles, whatever works. And then your hands, if you don't have them, you don't need to. If hands are going to go to the low back, press your hips forward, draw your elbows closer toward each other. We're coming to camel pose. Lift your heart up. Again, look back only if it feels good. This is an option to stay right here. There's a big, deep back bend, lifting up in through the heart. If you want to go a little bit further, you can reach your hands back. Maybe find books or blocks. If that feels good, you want to continue to press the hips forward. Can't talk and do it at the same time. Maybe you reach and find your heels. Maybe, maybe not. Wherever you are, just breathe. One more. Big inhale. Big exhale. Then on your inhale, come on back up. Exhale, seat comes to the heels. Sit up nice and tall. If this doesn't work for you, you can just place the block underneath your hips or scoot your hips over to the side. But we want to stay lifted and sitting with a nice tall spine. Close your eyes, just breathe. Notice if anything came up, any feelings, anything at all. Maybe something did, maybe something didn't. It's all okay. And then what we're going to do is, if your hips are not already off to the side, you're going to drop them off to the side and swing your legs around to the front. And we're going to take our left foot to the outside of the right knee, plant it down. That foot straight, flex the toes. We're going to take the left hand behind you, sit up nice and tall. Plant that left hand down as you reach your right arm up. We're going to twist over to the left. So you can hug your knee. You can use your elbow outside your knee. Lots of things might work. Just want to find a twist in here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep that foot flexed, that straight leg flexed. And then on your next inhale, come in through center. Give yourself a little counter twist. Ooh, over to the other side. And then we're going to switch sides. Right foot to the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind you. Lift left arm up. And then find your twist. Again, you can hug your leg. Or you can place the elbow outside the knee. You want to be equal in on your sits bones and tall. Think of elevating and then rotating. on your next inhale, come back in through center. Oh, that feels good. Then a nice little counter twist over to the right. Good, and then come back in through center. We're going to extend the legs out nice and long. So just take a minute and just make sure your back feels good. You can grab a strap if you have one. We're coming to Paschimottanasana. So legs are extended out nice and long, toes are pointed up towards the sky. Reach your arms up nice and high. Lift up in through your heart, and then we're going to fold forward, hinging at the hips. So lifting the heart forward. Arms are going to go down towards the toes, ankles, shins, wherever they come. If you need your strap, this is a great place for it, right here. But it's tempting here, just breathe, it's tempting here to round in through your back to try to reach your toes. But that's not really going to get the backs of your legs as much as a straight spine with a fold. So just as much of a straight back as you can get. You might be up here, you might be up here with a strap, you might be down here, lots of different places. Wherever you are, just breathe. Mind may be wandering. If it is, bring it back into your intention, where you want your energy to go, how you want to be. Three more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And on your inhale, come on up. And then place the soles of the feet together. Knees out to the side. So keep your heels in as close as you like. And then lift up. You want to be equal in your sits bones. Take a second here. And hands behind you. Press your hips forward and lift your heart. Right? You'll feel your pelvis tilt forward. And then grab your ankles. If your hips and your pelvis tilts back like this, your back rounds, keep your hands back here. If it doesn't, you feel free to lean forward. So same thing here applies. It's so tempting for us to round in at the waist to try to get the head to touch the toes. But that's not the goal. The goal is for the hips. So it doesn't really matter how far down you go. It's not a race, right? We're just lifting up in and folding until we feel something in through the hips. Now for some of us, you might be flat down on your feet. That's not going to be me today or tomorrow. But it's okay if it's you. Or you might just be up here just thinking. Or you might be back here just thinking forward. It's all okay. You want to feel. The feeling is the destination, not head touching toes. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, let go of the tension. And inhale, come on up, hands underneath your knees, draw the knees together. We're going to come to roll down onto the back. Now we're coming to our options for our inversion. You can lay with your legs up on a block or a book if you so choose. This is legit one of my favorite poses on the planet. Just place a block or books underneath your hips and let your legs lift up towards the sky. It's very, very good for you and restored. It feels so good. If you want to do, I'm going to walk you through a shoulder stand. If you're working on a headstand, handstand, anything, go to town. But I'm going to take you through a shoulder stand. So legs are going to go up, arms are going to go down by your side. So you're going to press your hands down. You're going to keep your gaze straight up. You're going to press your hands down and then lift your hips. Hands are immediately going to go back to the low back for support. And you're in this kind of interesting situation. You can either start with Plow Pose with your feet up over your head, right? And kind of shimmy onto your shoulders a little bit more. Walk your elbows closer together. And then begin to lift your legs up. Either way, you want to draw your, it's hard to talk. You want to draw your elbows closer toward each other. Press your hips more toward your face as your toes head more towards the back of your mat. And then when you get here, you can start to bend your toes and flex your feet. Make little circles. However you are with your legs up in the air, you're doing a lot for yourself. This is very hard to talk. Never tried that before. Wherever you are, just breathe. Now, if you're in a shoulder stand and you want to drop to plow pose, go right ahead, one foot, maybe the other foot down towards the floor above the head. If they, plant. If they reach the floor, you don't get any extra prize. The only thing you get to do is release the hands from the low back. But if your feet don't touch the floor, keep your hands on your low back for support. I hope you're not looking at the screen and you're just looking straight up. So if you're in your plow pose, you can stay there. You can bend your knees, close off your ears. Anything that feels good. If you've got the block underneath your hips, you're doing great. If you're in plow pose or shoulder stand, you can start to roll down your spine. One vertebrae at a time. Oh, that feels good. And then let the legs come out nice and long. We're going to do fish pose. So extend your legs out. Arms down by your side. Legs are together. Press into the elbows. Lift the heart. Arch the back. And place the crown of the head on the floor. This is hard for me to do. There we go. So some of us are going to end up in a position somewhat like this. Others of us come up onto your elbows. Lift your heart. Arch your back. And then look back. Again, if this feels uncomfortable in through your back of your neck, avoid it. Just open up in through the heart. And then when you're ready, tuck your chin, lower back down. Then draw your knees into your chest. Rock it side to side. Just going to do a very brief twist. So take your knees over to the left. Arms come out into a T if that works. Gaze upward to the right if that feels good. 2 breaths here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then on your inhale, take your knees up towards the sky. And then shift the hips over to the left as your knees drop over to the right. Relax in through the back. Let your gaze head over to the left if that feels good. Placing any support in between the legs or underneath you that you need. Bring the wandering mind back. And then on your next exhale, just let it all go. And draw your knees back into your chest. Find happy baby. Bend your knees deep. Grab the outsides of the feet. Elbows inside the knees. Draw the knees down towards the floor. Pulling onto the feet. Or you can grab your shins or your ankles. And then press the low back down onto the floor. And the hips down. So I'm pulling my feet down. If it feels good to rock side to side, go right ahead. Any variation here that feels good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release the legs. And find a comfortable space for Shavasana. You can lay with your legs out nice and long in corpse pose. The shoulders underneath you, let the toes fall out to the side, palms up. If your low back is feeling it, place pillows underneath your knees. Or you can lay with your feet wide, knees bent in toward each other. Or lay with your legs up a wall. Wherever you lay, allow yourself to be heavy. There is no work left to do. This Shavasana is the time for your body to reap all the rewards of all the work that you did in class. So feel yourself being supported underneath you. by your floor, by the earth. Let go of all of the effort to do anything. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath, releasing the tension. Stay here as long as you can. Definitely at least 2 minutes, if not 5, if not 10. Allow yourself to relax. Thank you so much for joining me for class, joining me here on the mat. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in person sometime soon. Thank you, and namaste.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the class, and if you hit the subscribe button, you can find out when I upload new videos. Be well. Namaste.